This is our Porsche 944 that we rescued and recently got running. The next obvious and logical step for it is to build some racecar footrests. I know you're thinking that's probably the last thing this car needs, so very much is missing on it, but there is some sort of logic behind the madness. I mean, yes, all the interior is missing, the tires are flat, it doesn't run that nice, it needs a cam belt, oil change, service, everything, the list just goes on and on. But that's all boring stuff. I need to have some fun with this thing to get through the rest of the junk. And I need to test the electrics, so that means putting a dash back in, but I don't want to put a dash back in and get it in and out. So the carpet needs sorting or trimming or deciding what we're doing. So the ECU needs putting back in, etc, etc. So to do that, I want to make the cool footrests, because then we reassemble everything in order. We can put it all back together rather than doing everything 6 times. Sort of, if that makes any sense. It makes sense in my head. It probably doesn't on paper, but we'll see how we get on. So first thing to do is finish cleaning all this crap off the floor and getting rid of all that gunky stuff in there, tidy it all up, and yeah, sort of wears out a little bit. So you don't need to see that, so we'll cut to finish. There, 3 days later. That was a lot more work than I expected, and it's still not perfect. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to need painting and dressing and treating and stuff, but that can all get done later when we strip the whole thing again. But this is all now in. That was a hell of a jigsaw puzzle, and there's a lot of damaged wires, so I had to repair all of those. But ECU's back in, alarm box or whatever you want to call it is all sorted, harnesses are done, fuse boxes, happy days now. So, time to get on to some fun stuff. Now, because I want this to be like a cool race car style, you know, alley footrest with all the swaged holes in and stuff. Obviously, if you've got wet feet, it's just all going to go on the ECU, isn't it? Which would be pretty awful design. So I'm going to have to make a base plate first to cover everything up. And then, so it'd be like a 2-tier system. So have a base plate, and then we can maybe carpet that or something so it looks nice. And then we'll have a top layer like bare metal with all the holes in and stuff, just so it's like a cool rest. Just gonna measure the rough size so we got an idea, and I can see what I got on the shelf. So I want it to sort of go like that, and then pick up on these points. They're already in it, because that'll make life easier, won't it? So this is what I found on the shelf. Some thin sheet for making a top layer, and it's a bit thicker than I wanted. I thought I had some 3mm or some 2mm, but I think this is 4. It was either 4 or 5. I think 4 would be better. It's a bit much, but once we cut it down, it should be alright, I reckon. Alright, so I'm going to start with a square corner to mark out from. And then it was about 330 by 500mm. Obviously, we're going to want some shape to it to follow the pattern of the car inside. But I'll just mark the square out, cut that out, and then we can go from there and start trimming to make it look proper pretty and fit it in. There we go, just a nice rectangle marked out. Drop of oil. Bloop. There we go, that's a start. It looks a little bit ridiculous at the moment, but need to contour around here, so I want to sit in past this seal a little bit, and obviously around the cables and stuff, and then around this edge, and it wants obviously some corners and stuff, and you know, making it look a cool shape. Right, so this corner is rough cut now, so that's sort of a bit of a profile going on. It still looks stupid, but I think this bit's getting in the way now, this lump, so I'm going to cut that lump out next, and then hopefully we get it to sit roughly where we want, so we can start making it look pretty. So we're starting to get there. You still need some corners put like here and sort the top edge out and stuff, but the profile's almost there. It looks a little bit clumsy still, done it, but we could do something about that. I'm getting fed up of pumping these tires up now, so we've ordered some super budgets and they've just arrived. So I'm gonna get these off, get down to tire plates and get them done, because it's doing my head in. Right, that's better, isn't it? Got some new shoes on it now. So where was I? Need to cut some corners on this now, put some nice big radiuses on it. One more thing to fix. Right, that's slowly taking shape now, isn't it? So now we just need some holes in it to bolt it through to the piece behind. Sorry. So yeah, what we'll do is drill some holes and mark them into here, and then weld some nuts onto this piece so we could just bolt straight through. Right, I've got two in now, one there and one there. So I'm gonna take it all out and the backing plate holds the ECU and put it on the bench, drill some more, weld some nuts on, and happy days. So here it is pinned on the back. So we've got two bottom ones, so I'm just gonna put two more at the top, open them up, probably M6 I reckon. So I've got some nice M6 stainless cap heads over there, and then weld the nuts on the back, and that should be held in place, and then we can start making our actual foot tread. Right, where were we? We've got the nuts welded on the back now, and that is bolted on, so that should all hold in place on the floor, so that's cool. So next we want to make it look pretty, don't we? So I'm going to take this off, trace it on a piece of sheet alley, and then we can make a nice shape, put a load of holes in it, swage them, and they'll look really cool, I reckon. So I think the easiest way is going to be use the same holes, so we could just bolt it through the lot then. Oh, and I forgot to say I kinked this corner up because it was just fouling on this end here. So I put a little bend in it just so it doesn't, so it keeps the same shape, but it don't foul anymore. And I reckon now marked it out, I don't want it the same size. I want it sort of like sat in a bit all the way around. I think that'll look nicer. If it was all the same, it just look a bit rubbish, but it keeps it neat. I think follow the profile, but slightly smaller. I think that should look pretty cool. I'm gonna have to put some more holes in the middle on this one to stop it flexing, but we can just tap into this plate. So I'm gonna mark it smaller and then rough cut it out and see what it looks like. That is roughed out now, so I think we need some holes in it, and I reckon 25 looks good, I think, don't you? So let's just mark some holes out all in this thing, so there's like a cheese grater, and then cut them all out and swage them. Right, that's our glorified cheese grater cut out. So you just want to dress it all up before swage it, give it a nice clean, make the surface better. But while I'm doing that, I think, I'm not sure how to finish this. So for now, I'm just going to paint it black until we decide how to trim the rest of the car. So it'd look better in black than it would like that anyway. So dress that up, paint that, and while that's drying, get this bit done. That looks loads better. So because this is a footrest, I want them to come out, so you've got a little bit of something for your feet to sit on. They usually, you swage the other way. I'm gonna go this way on this. It might look rubbish, and if it does, I'll have to redo it, but I'm gonna do it that way for now, and then we'll see how it looks. So a little tip, when you get, after you've done this, you end up with a banana. So if you want to get it flat, the easiest way is take the top die out, or bottom, whichever way you're doing it, and just put this one back on and press it back. It's generally a pretty good way of getting that sheet flat again. See, look, it's better, isn't it? that is starting to look pretty cool now. Right, well, the other bit's baking because you painted it. Let's just throw the ECU holding device bracket thingy majigger back in. There we have it. Just needs the seal of approval now. I say this every time, but I hate putting these on because I can never put them on straight. And then once it's not on straight, you can't unsee it, can you? Does that look in the middle of those two? I think so. That makes a pretty cool footrest, doesn't it? Well, let's just get it back in the car and see what it looks like. Now, if that doesn't look cool, I don't know what does. That turned out better than I expected. The lighting's not great in there, so sorry about that. I'll see if I can get a better shot a sec. Don't worry, the seat's just for example. I definitely won't be using that one. That does look pretty damn good. The dash will obviously come down sort of past this bit anyway when we get the dash back in. I'm thinking about Alcantara, whatever it's called, how you pronounce it. I don't know how you pronounce it. You know what I mean? That stuff for the dash, because it's all cracked. So that could look quite smart. But that looks pretty damn awesome. Getting some proper race car feels now. That feels nice. This seat's far too big, but that is cool. I like it. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I think it was worth it. It looks pretty damn cool. So next, I think I need to get the dash in, and once the dash in, we might be able to start making the gate for the manual. I think that'd be pretty damn awesome. So make sure you check back next time, and thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support.